Hello, guys. Atomic Spitfire. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Doing good.
Yeah, we are great.
Yeah.
Great. So, I think that you are all in different places, or well, so difficult to guess because you are all on different cameras. So, tell us where are you now?
Yeah,
Well,
well,
I'm in
I'm.
Oc-
You start.
okay. I'm in Åkersberga, just outside of Stockholm, with my friend here.
Nice.
And I'm at Uppsala, running around the mall, but now I'm going back home.
Finally
And I'm in
home.
Stockholm.
Yeah. So let's talk about your band. So you started in 2023, am I right?
Exactly.
Can you just give us a briefly introduction of the band and how did the band start, for example?
Yeah, well, I started the band in 2003, like you said. I wanted to do something different than the most death metal bands. I didn't want to sound like Entombed or Dismember or the other Swedish band. I want to have some hard rock riffs. So I mixed them together, hard rock riff and death metal. So it became Death and Roll. And I started to search for members. It was kind of hard at the start to find members that want to do this kind of music and have the same passion and goals as me. But I found members. We recorded two singles, Head and Roll and Neon Rain. Started to do gigs all around Sweden. But then all the other members left. Only me was left in the band. So I started to try to find new members. So I found Johnny and Eric at first. Then later
Yeah, we.
Stefan joined.
Yeah, and then we put some fire on the in the engine truck, and then we started together, and we thought that this is the kind of hard rock slash metal, hard music we want to play. And we want to have fun playing it too. So we want to feel what the audience will feel alive too. So there we are, making some great tunes, enjoying ourselves playing.
It's always a party live. It's like a big party.
Yeah,
We don't take ourselves seriously. We're not true or something like that. We can even dance on stage. We can do anything on stage. Anything goes.
You have fun on stage, and that's
yeah,
the
we
Yeah.
are free. We like to be free on stage. The stage is our domain. So when we enter the
Playground.
stage, yeah, playground. Then we want to play.
Yeah.
yeah. I think that it's really the best thing also for the audience to see the band on the stage having fun. Uh,
Yeah,
Sometimes being silly, doing stuff that people enjoy to watch, and then also the audience can let themselves being free and let everything go, and without overthinking, because we overthink all the time. Should I do this, should I not? So we put some limitation to ourselves, but then there are
yeah.
those gig situation when the band can be free, and so the audience let everything go.
That's
True
the
words.
ingredients. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So you released so far, if I'm right, three singles. Am I right?
No, two singles first, Neon Rain and Head and Roll, and then we released a EP,
Ah,
right,
EP.
Klaus?
Sorry.
We have three
Yeah,
songs.
EP,
A 3 songs
exactly.
EP.
Three.
Yeah. And was the EP last year?
This year.
This year.
This year. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. So, what can you tell about this E EP?
It was very fun to do it.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah,
intense.
we
Yeah, very
yeah
intense.
we
Yeah, it
we
was
had the goal
intense.
to like record 2 songs, I think, from the beginning, and then we said, let's try to put one more song. So we squished one more song because we have a lot of new songs coming on, but we have like 2, 3 songs that we could record. So that was the first step, putting some tunes on the record, or on the EP.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of, I enjoyed the studio parts too, because we are like a little family. So, oh, then I'll try to, no, so we try to have fun and experiment on right on the place.
Yeah. And are you now thinking to do also a full-length album?
Uh, I don't. We
It's a
haven't
great
talked
question.
about it,
About
but
it.
you take it, Johnny.
Well, we haven't really talked about it, but I'm guessing it will be a later project. So now we're playing kind of a lot of gigs, and we're gonna release some singles, and then maybe we have to write a couple of new songs too.
Yeah. Yeah. And talking about gigs, uh, now you have also some festival coming this summer. Am I right?
Yeah, we
Exactly.
have some dates,
So,
but it's close.
yeah. So, how do you feel now thinking about the upcoming shows?
Oh,
Oh,
excited!
excited.
Excited,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's gonna be
it will
loads
be
of
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
2 day
Summer
festival.
festival.
Hopefully, sun and nice weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Let's
hope for
let's
that.
hope for. Yeah. Yeah. And have you ever play outside of Sweden?
With my former bandmates, we were in Denmark last year in May. So that's the only outside of Sweden gig. But we are talking and making plans for maybe even Finland. I've been in talks with the band to make some gigs in Helsinki, maybe Tampere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tampere!
Yeah,
Cool.
I heard great things about Tampere. So
Yeah. It's a nice city, and well, I think that it's. I'm not sure anymore because I haven't been there for a while. But once it was like the metal city that a lot of metal bands came from Tampere. So yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's the same thing I heard, and of course Helsinki must be a
Yeah.
date also.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's hope that you get those gigs soon, and I will try to come and see you there. But let's see. It depends on the days. Always, if I can travel
Yeah.
Tampere is more close than Helsinki, so
Yeah.
will be more easy. And then I have a friend that always say, if you come, you sleep at my place, and she is also Italian, so maybe I can put together, visit my friend, and with her come to the gig. That will be a perfect.
You said Italian.
Yes.
Ah, do you have Italian roots?
Yeah, I'm
Or
Italian. I was born and raised in Italy. Then, when I was 27, I moved to Finland. That made me.
bon.
I moved almost 12 years ago. So yeah.
Mhm. Buongiorno, buongiorno.
Buongiorno. I almost kill myself with my saliva.
Let's not do that.
That's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so far, which one was the best gig and why?
Well,
Hmm?
we have done like 3-4 gigs now together.
Yeah, exactly. 3 gigs.
3
Yeah.
gigs. Well, I liked. I think Interpol in Uppsala was a good place.
Yeah, best
So
sound, everything.
yeah, but
Interpol is good.
the first one. What do you think about that, Joje? Do you like when you play in
Well,
Williams pub?
well, yeah, but we couldn't hear each other. So it's the first
Yeah,
gig without hearing each other. That was interesting.
good experience.
Yeah, but Interpol was good. It was a good stage and a good sound engineer and stuff.
And we had like a little mosh pit going on. What was it in Interpol or was it in
No, that
Williams?
was Williams.
Yeah, Williams. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I liked Williams. Do the mosh
yeah,
pit. And little
yeah.
ones.
The audience was good.
How is the metal situation nowadays in Sweden?
Oh, it's
I
not as
think
big as it
it's
used to be.
yeah, it's a little bit. How do you say it? It's not the same intensity today
Yeah.
But it
as
is
it was
growing.
like. Yeah, but I think it's the metropoles have switched a little bit. Like up in Kiruna, Klaus' hometown, they have quite strong metal scene up there, and I like that.
Mm.
Go Kiruna!
Yeah.
Yeah, but Uppsala used to be a good, or well, a great ground for a lot of bands. But the scenes are there are fewer places to play for metal in general in Uppsala. So that's a minus for Uppsala.
It's
Yeah.
the same in Stockholm. It's more stages are getting shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of festivals are getting canceled because they are not selling tickets, and
Yeah.
they are not selling tickets anymore here in
Yeah.
Sweden.
So that's a bit the same problem like here in Finland. Um, I don't know what happened. I think that around 2018, a lot of before Corona, actually, a lot of club closed the doors, rock and metal
Mm.
clubs. So, for example, in Pori, there were not anymore place where a smaller band can come to play.
Mm.
And then Corona happened. Then two places open up. So there are gigs, but people are not showing up that much. Well, then it depends. If it's a bigger name, there may be full, but it's a bit tricky. And then sometimes gigs or a smaller festival don't sell enough tickets, and then they have to cancel it. So it's
Mm.
quite tricky.
Mm.
But I don't know if it's all over the world the same or no idea. But maybe
Well, I
I will.
think like in Europe, since the pandemic, and I think the pandemic was like a big influence on the downfall of live music. I think
Yeah,
Mm.
and
because
maybe
before you could,
also
yeah, you could like go and see like Pantera and buy a ticket for 700 kroners, and now it's like 3,000 kroners.
okay.
So
Yeah,
that's quite how do you say? It's a shitty way to conduct music business. Like because
yeah,
we are the front part of the business, and then you have the bookers, the agencies, and the shows, yeah, where you can play, and the it's like this Corona syndrome is still here.
Yeah. Is it difficult for a smaller band in Sweden to find a place to play?
Yeah, it is because I book the most shows here, and you don't get replies, and because ticket sales, pre-sales are so important, it's very hard for smaller bands. If you're a big name, then it's much easier.
Yeah,
Especially when the rising of thrash. Many thrash bands are sprouting all over Sweden, so many venues are prioritizing those bands. They want to have thrash bands or famous bands. Smaller bands doesn't get any gigs. It's very hard, very hard, and often you have to pay for yourself the travel and everything. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to work for minus. We
yeah,
want to have
Yeah.
plus in our account
yeah.
Yeah.
or
So
even.
it's like they are like forgetting that being a musician is quite tough, because we play for a crowd, and we work hard for the songs. We enjoy playing live, but then we are not getting back, uh, like the classic. When you play somewhere, I have playing since I was like a kid, so you always get drink and food. That's like
The
have been
basic.
the law. Yeah, but now we like, oh no, you need to buy your own food and buy your own drink, and you are playing live. So that's kind of shitty, I think.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. Uh, I know that in Finland there are several places that, yeah, they don't give a certain amount of money to the band, but they, as much as the tickets are sell, so
mm,
it's on how many people show up, so it's always a risk. But there are few places that still at least some money and food and drink they are up to give to the musician, and I think that it's very important because the musician needs to take all the gear, travel, and
Yeah,
playing on the stage. So there is a lot of things that going on. So I think that the minimum should be the food and the drinks. It should be
oh
something
yeah,
that
yeah.
everybody is up to give to musician when they go to play somewhere.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
often ask for that and gas money for
yeah,
the trip there. So food money, food, beer, and gas money. That's often what we just ask for that, not a big amount of cash, but just so we don't
yeah. Just,
go too much minus.
yeah, because the thought is that we will go like zero or plus.
Mm,
So like somewhere to sleep, our how do you say it when you rodding? Damn, I forgot the English word. But traveling around, it costs money. So if they could pay those costs, that I think is the minimum,
mm,
yeah,
because I
yeah,
don't expect to like play in a place and get like a lot of money for that. That's what's not that is not what I expect. I prefer that the place or the booking take good care of the artist, and then also do a great work filling up the place, bringing the public. Because in a way, when we play out of our city, I think it's more than yeah. I think it's the right thing is that they promote the gig
yeah,
also.
yeah. but there are a lot of those clubs that don't promote for the band.
Yeah.
They expect the band to do everything, and how the band can go and put some posters around the city if they are not there.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
need to find someone else that live in that place to do that, but it's a bit
Yeah.
tricky. Yeah.
There's the bitter shit taste that we get as musicians, that you play for almost nothing, and all the money lands on the pocket for the booking person. That is a shitty way to conduct live business.
That's true.
Agree.
True. But let's hope that at some point everything changed, so those situations are not going to be anymore, so that people start to value the musician more.
Yeah.
Also, it came in my mind now that in Slovenia, actually, there was, well, at the time it was Metal Camp, then it became two different festivals. It was Metal Days and the other one, I cannot remember how it worked, but then even bigger bands didn't get the money. So someone took the money, and it was a mess. I don't remember the name of the festival that made all those issues, and but yeah, also
That sucks.
also some artists told me that they cannot reveal sometimes places or people that were not polite in a way, that didn't work as it was supposed to, because of agreements, and that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because if something is wrong, everybody should know.
Yeah.
Spread it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Let's hire some torpedoes for that.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. But let's talk about your gear now. I want to know, what gear do you use?
Klaus?
I use a microphone. I'm the singer. That's it.
Yeah.
It's more fun
No,
to
but
talk about the guitar.
no, but you use like a Shure 58, I think. Is it it?
It's called this Short 58, yeah.
Yes.
But it's more fun to hear about the guitar and the bass. Much more fun. So let's hear Eric and Johnny.
All right, go on, Johnny.
Well, I play an Ibanez. I played Jackson until like some couple of weeks ago. I found it on Marketplace and I bought it and I love it. So right now I'm playing an Ibanez and using what is called MRX full-born pedal and the Ibanez 2 screamer pedal. And that's kind of it. We don't use much more than that. Then we get the amp we get when we show up.
Yeah,
Mostly I
but
try
you
to
only
have it
have,
like,
hey, you have a lot of pedals too.
yeah, but I only use two and the tuner.
Yeah, but
Others for
it
show.
needs to be, yeah, it needs to seem cool.
Yeah. But mostly we don't need that much. Distillation and some overdrive. That's it. I can
Yeah.
use whatever amp I get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Eric, what do you use?
Oh, I'm between basses right now. I normally live I have play in a Dingwall, 5-string Dingwall, and it's a good bass, but I don't know what I like 4-strings, so I went back to 4-strings. And one of my trips to Brazil, I got a Tagima bass, 4-strings bass, and it sounds great. So that felt good playing 4-strings again. So we have jammed a little bit with my new bass. But recently I got sponsorship from RH Guitars. So they are going to make a custom bass for me, 4 strings, based on the Ice series for the guitars, because he normally only does guitars. And this will be the first bass. So it's gonna be a beast, I hope.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
I look forward for. Other than the strings, I use 2 pedals, one for tuning, and then one distortion. And I have like a Scar bass one. It's a Norwegian distortion pedal that I like.
Okay.
That's the basic. And sometimes, well, I plan to use some other pedals too, but that will be the experience for live next time.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you play finger style or pick style?
I play fingers. Yeah. You know, this finger here is thicker than my foot soles.
Yeah.
A
So
true bassist.
ET phone home.
Yeah. And what other technique do you use? Do you use slapping, tapping?
I think I do like a lot of stuff that I don't think about.
Yeah. Natural
I'm
to you.
yeah, like this overtone stuff. Yeah. Is it called overtone? The
Oh,
screams I
the
make in
pinch.
the bass.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
like
pinch.
harmonics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like to. I love playing harmonics on the Tagima bass that I have. So it's like harmonics, not so much slapping, but I like to hit the strings differently, hard and soft and between. So I want to see the strings vibrate and almost pop out to the bass.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to also play some chords on the bass. Get that
Yeah,
pastime. Yeah.
yeah, I'm doing that too. I forgot about that. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm like, I like do some melodies and I squeeze in some chords because we are four member band and only 2 strings, so 1 guitar and 1 bass. And what I think we like about this constellation is that we can we like to sound in the record like live. So when guitars go over to solo, then I can keep the riffs or something like that. So we like the contrast, having only 1 guitar.
Yeah. Yeah. And now thinking about the recording, where did you record the EP?
It's a studio called MA Production. It's a friend of mine, Martin Antonsson. He's a really great. We have been all the recordings we have done at his place, and he is really good at feeling music and helping with riffs. He's a
Yeah,
great studio, and he's also head of our label.
Okay.
So it works really fine. We don't pay for the recording, so you just take a percentage of the merch we're selling.
yeah,
You,
we have a good deal
yeah, we have a good
with
deal,
them.
and he's
Okay.
great, and we can talk with him, have a conversation
Yeah,
with him.
yeah, I like the way that we communicate between he as being also the sound engineer and trying new stuff and yeah, being open for everything. So he's a
Yeah.
great guy.
That's great that you find the right person to work with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
muy
When you find
bueno.
it, yeah. When you find the right person, you really, it helps a lot because as a band, you have so many things to do, but you cannot do everything. So, or well, Yes, you can, but it's more more exhausting. And when you find someone to work with that may open more doors for you, also, then then it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But how did you get into metal music? When did you start to listen to metal, and how?
We can start with the
Mhm.
oldest member here and then go up.
Well, I don't know if I don't know if we have the same
No,
position, but
I
no, you're
think
ah,
pointing at
you
not,
the
think
screen.
because
Yeah, I was pointing to you.
I can tell you that I have on this side I have a class. Then there is Eric, and then under class there is Yo.
yeah.
Jon. Yo.
I think
How
I'm the
do I
youngest then.
pronounce your name?
Yeah. In
Okay,
your
so
dreams.
I can start then. I can start. But what was the question? Because I forgot.
How did you get into metal music? When did you start to listen
Oh,
to metal, and how did it happen?
I think for me it was around 12, 13 years old. My cousin take me to. I used to live in Brazil, and he took me to Rock in Rio 1, and I was like 10 years or something old. And I saw Queen, and I saw Guns N' Roses first gig outside the US, and other great bands too in the Rock in Rio 1. So that was I think that was the trigger for me. And then I start to get these cassette tapes, mix bands from my cousin with DU and ACDs. So for me, it started like that age, and then I used to play piano. I think, yeah, piano was the first. So then I started to play other instruments, and I think my first band I was 14 years old, and from that moment I was bitten, and I'm still playing. And what is for it's a quite long time. More than 30 years playing, so that's strange. 30 years, yeah. Oof, more than that. But and then you play in a band, and then two bands, and then you play, and the time goes, and I have playing some great translations too. So the route have been my music route have been a lot, not straight. It's have been a lot on the, when you play like one kind of metal, and then you play another kind of rock and roll, and then you play death metal and thrash metal.
A bit of everything.
Yeah. So now we have death and roll, and I like this.
Yeah.
Like LG Petrov said about death and roll. Yeah. He said, oh, I forgot what was he said on one time. Agro metal.
No, agro metal.
Yeah, agro metal. Yeah, this sounds like agro metal when I talked with older band that I play. That sounds a little bit like. No, it doesn't sound like us, but it was the same kind of energy.
Yeah.
So agro metal. So my journey was that, like playing, like started as a kid playing and follow, chasing the dream,
Yeah.
having fun. That's the most important, because having fun on stage is the best part of everything.
Yeah. That's
The
true.
adrenaline, the contact, like big or I like smaller places too, because then you can get close. You can feel the sweat from the crowd. That I like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how about you, Klaus? Let's hear from you.
It's my turn. Well, it all started with music when I was 10 years old. My brother introduced me to like rockabilly and the old school stuff because he was a greaser. So he liked the Elvis, Stray Cats, rockabilly music. So he started first there, and then he got to heavier stuff. The very first metal band I ever heard was White Zombie, Thunder Kiss 65, the very first song, and I was hooked. Then I started with much heavier stuff like Cannibal Corpse, stuff like that. I never listened to Metallica or Iron Maiden. It got much later. I started with that. I'm not musically schooled. I just tried to do growl song, and it worked out. I tried to record myself on the phone. It sounds pretty good. My throat is hurting. I'm spitting blood, but it sounds good. uh, the rough stuff. Then I started my own band. I started playing bass first, but I sucked at bass. Then I started singing again, and from there it just moved on, heavier and heavier stuff. And now when I started this band, I started to listen more hard rock, more 80s, like Whitesnake. I never heard Whitesnake until 2 years ago, and I was
Okay.
smitten. And bands like Wallbeat is a big influence also for me because they are mixing rockabilly, country, rock and roll with metal. So yeah, and then I wanted to do the same stuff with death metal and rock and roll. Then I heard Entombed's album Uprising, and I said, "This is the way. This is the way. This is the Bible. This is the manual for me." Exactly. I think yeah, and then I started Atomic Spitfire. So that's my way, my route.
Yeah.
To today. So our youngest member, our baby boy, Johnny.
Thank you. Well, I found Iron Maiden. I was like 9 or 10. I saw the older guys having the shirts and stuff, so I looked them up, and I became hooked about them. I have a picture of me as a kid with like the hat, the stuff, everything, necklaces, rings, everything with Iron Maiden. And my dad was a big blues fan. So when he found out I started to like Maiden, he started showing me like Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, and Black Sabbath, and more and more and more. And eventually, I got hooked on The Trooper, and that made me get my first guitar. And then it just went on and on and on, and it was like Slayer, and then from Slayer I went into the death metal scene, and I started playing with my friends because I found some other guys who liked it. So I started my first band was like 16 with the black and death metal, and then it just went on. And then I stopped listening to metal and went into the blues scene and back between blues and metal. That's where I have a lot of blues scales in our songs. We use a lot of blues for the riffs, but
Yeah.
we turn them to like a mellow things with distortion and the beat. So yeah, so Iron Maiden was my shit.
Yeah, yeah. And what are you listening nowadays? If you think about what have you been listening as last?
Mm.
Who want to start? I can start then. Yeah, like I said, I'm discovering now the 80s band. Right now, I'm listening to MSG, Michael Schenker. That's my drug right now. But discovering every band like Night Ranger, even newer bands like the Hives. I
Yeah,
love them now. Amazing band. Yeah, but a lot of hard rock 80s stuff. That is my drug right now. Not so much metal nowadays. Less
yeah.
metal. Yeah, that's my story.
Who want to go next?
Mm. Well, I only listen to ABBA. That's it. No. No, I listen to a little bit of mix. I like to mix a little bit of reggae, metal. I'm quite a craze in my playlist, having first a cool reggae song and then some blast beats after that with some deathcore. But Motorhead, Pantera, I think my influences is always coming back in my playlist or playing the songs. And I also like to find new bands like us in other genres, but in a heavier part. I like to, how do you say, upptäcka?
Discover.
Discover, yeah. I want to discover new bands like us.
Yeah,
True.
yeah, that's good.
Mm. Oh, yeah. What do you have on
Yeah.
your playlist?
Well, well, right now it's like only Iron Maiden because they're playing next week in Sweden. So I'm like heating up for the show. But a lot of like Steve Ray Vaughan because every guitarist ever listened to Steve Ray Vaughan and
Yeah.
Clutch. I have like a thing for the Clutch sound, the groove, doom stuff
Ah,
they do, and of course Pantera, Motorhead, the usual stuff that everyone listens to.
yeah.
But
Mm.
right now I'm high on Iron Maiden.
Getting ready for the show to remember all the songs.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm.
So I work with my best friend who's also a big Iron Maiden fan. So that's the only thing we do. We play Iron Maiden and work, go home, play more Iron Maiden. That's my jam right now.
Yeah, yeah. So I have one question, different question for each of you. I try to keep them in my mind. I hope that they don't go away. But I will start with Eric. So
Oh,
you say that you have been living in Brazil. Are you Brazilian? Are you half Brazilian, half Swedish, or what are you?
I I have been thinking about the question for a long time because I feel like I'm Swedish. Well, I was born in Sweden, and I grew up in Brazil and Sweden. So for me, I think I feel more like 70% Swedish and 30% Brazilian. But sometimes the temperament can take over, like Latino power. Latin power. No, I feel more like a Swedish guy, a little bit more than a Brazilian guy, I think. But that goes. It depends because sometimes I'm in Brazil for some time, and then you go back to feeling the Brazilian roots a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah. So then I go to class. If I pronounce your name right, I'm very bad
Yeah,
at
yeah.
pronunciation. Yeah.
That's
So,
good. That's good.
how do you take care of your voice?
Before a show, I drink like 3 liters of water, a lot of water, and vocal warm ups. So important. Like
Yeah.
Joye always says, it sounds like a Tibet chant when I do my vocal warm ups because it's a lot of sounds like that
You can
because it
hear
vibrates.
Yeah,
what's
we hear when
around
you
in
go around.
the yeah.
You can hear from further
Oh,
away coming back.
but
And
they're important warm ups.
exactly, and few beers always help to relax the vocal cords also. Not too much, but few beers always help.
Like
Yeah,
we say in Sweden, lagom.
Yeah, they
The,
don't have that in Finland. They don't have
no, they
lagom.
don't have in any language. Lagom is a quite Swedish word, I think.
Yeah,
what
Only
does
just
Swedish.
enough.
it mean?
Lagom means that is not too much and not too little.
Okay,
Just
Just
perfect.
between.
Just between
just
perfect.
the right amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we go to It's Joy, Joy. No, I can't. I have heard
Johnny.
you pronounce
Yeah,
Johnny,
yeah,
it
yeah.
100
yeah,
times
yeah.
until my brain is not. I'm sorry, but
My name is
I
Johnny, so you can just call me Johnny.
John. Okay, Johnny, Johnny, or I will. I
Johnny
could
boy.
in the Italian way. I will call you Giovanni, so everything is fine.
Yeah. Oh, that's good
Ooh.
because we have a lot of nicknames for you, Joje. Jonta, Joje, Johnny, Johnny boy, and now Giorgio.
Giorgio
Giorgio.
or Giovanni or
Giovanni.
Gianni. No, Gianni doesn't sound right.
Don't give them more now. We don't need more
But that
names.
was not the question. The question that I have for you
Yes.
is,
Jag sitter
um,
ute. Det är
how
sköna.
much time do you spend to play daily your guitar? How
And
much
daily,
do you exercise?
oh, if I get time, I can play all day, I think. But maybe between 1 and 3 hours a day. And it all depends. If I have a lot to do, I have to put it away. But on my free time, I play a lot. I have it plugged in right now. I'm just sitting playing and run here. When Klaus texted me, like, yeah, get in. Oh,
I think
that's my
I
thing.
think
That's what I do.
no. Yeah, I think the reality is Johnny wakes up in the morning, and normally you say good morning to your girlfriend
You take
at the
the
side of
guitar.
the bed. But when Johnny rolls over to say good morning, you found a guitar there, and his girlfriend is sleeping on the
I
floor.
think that this is for a lot of guitar player. They have this thing with the guitar that is different from all other musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There is this big love that yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
but
girlfriend's
now
competitor.
let's get to my jar, and let's hope not to get
Mm.
something that it comes always, but this one feels good. So we have tattoos and piercing. So I see you have tattoos. I don't know if you have piercing, but
No.
each of you can tell us a bit about your tattoos, when you got the first one, and how many do you have, if you have any idea, and stuff like that. So who
Me or
wants?
Klaus? Who begins?
Huh?
I can begin
Mm.
because I have less tattoos. I think I have two only. My first one, I draw a symbol that I used to draw on all my school books, and then I put it on my art. So that was, I think, it was the second day I turned 18. I was banging on the door at a tattoo shop. My time now, my time. 18. And then later on, I got one big one in my back with it's a gargoyle. So I have a big one on the back. So
Yeah,
that's what I have.
that's the story. But what is the symbol? The first tattoo symbol. What's that
I
symbol?
think I was trying to make like a own family tribe symbol stuff. So I was drawing around, and then I got some kind of complete symbol for me.
Okay.
Mm.
So who's next?
Joje, you take it.
Yeah, I got my first tattoo when I was 18, and in Ireland, I got what do you call it? Shamrock. And
Mm.
then it just went on. I got like my entire upper body tattooed, and it's the music theme stuff. So I have a lot like Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Zeppelin, blah blah, and on and on and on. And yeah, that's the way. it's a lot of music stuff. But the first
Yeah.
one was a shamrock on the back, and right now I have like this a big back piece with women with a sugar skull kind of makeup playing guitar. Yeah,
The guitar is
of
always
course.
there.
Yeah, yeah, cause
It's my turn. Well, my first tattoo is hard to see. It's over here. It's for album cover from a band called Demon, Night of the Demon, and I got it. I was 20 or 21. I can't remember for sure, but sometime around there. And also, all my tattoos are also music themed. I have Slayer, Black Dahlia Murder, a lot of Friends bands also, so that I grew up with. Most of them are inspirations for me. I think I had counted. I had 27 or something. 27 tattoos now.
Okay.
One of my daughter's name here, and I need to get my son's name when I can afford it.
Yeah, yeah. It's always about money and time. And, I have just 2 tattoos, and I wish I would have time and money to have more. I have my plans. I know what I want. I don't know, just the years go by and and
Mm.
never happen. Also, there is a issue. If I will have money, it will be more with the time, because I'm a physiotherapist, and pretty much I go to do aquatherapy with my clients almost every day. So that's a problem for tattoo.
Mhm.
So, but at some point, maybe this summer when I'm on holiday, maybe let's see.
do it.
It's an addiction, so
So
yeah, do it.
yeah. So, but what tattoos do you have? You mentioned that you also have 2 tattoos.
Yeah, I have on my back. I think that one is here. This one I took when I was 22, and it's the symbol of my hometown in Italy, and the number 33 because it's my favorite number. Well, that number was everywhere. Don't ask why, but it just appeared everywhere. So I decided it's my favorite number. Then I have
It's a good number.
read about numerology, and the meaning behind 33 was like unconditional love, something like that. So I was, yeah, that's great. Yeah. Then on my back, I have this a kind of protection symbol, if we could say. I'm not a spiritual person, but I don't know. At the time, it feels I kind of draw it, and then the tattoo artist did it better, of course, because I'm not good in that. But it's a sword. Then there is the symbol of Tyr, the god. And then there are the wings, and then there are 3 lines and 3 lines, and all together is about I put together so many things, so many symbolic things together. So there is Archangel Michael with the sword and the wings, and then there is Tyr with the swords and the symbol, the rune symbol, and the 3 lines is 33. So that's I like the story behind both, the Archangel Michael and the god of the war Tyr, because I think that they are similar, and they, to protect, they kind sacrifice. So I don't know. I like the story behind those 2 figures. So yeah, that's the story.
Cool.
That's cool.
Cool, yeah, cool story.
So for you two that have more tattoos, there is any of your tattoo that has a deep meaning, the most deep meaning? Well, maybe for you is your daughter's names,
Yeah, of course.
but beside your daughter name, there is any other tattoo that you think there is a very deep meaning?
Well, it didn't had a start deep meaning, but now it has because it's the entombed skull, and because the singer died 2021, and he was a role model to me. He is the reason I started to sing Growl, Lars Göran Petrov of Entombed.
Yeah.
So it got a deeper meaning for me, but it wasn't at start, but it got deeper. And of
Yeah.
course, Doris' name. But other stuff is just inspiration. It doesn't have deeper meaning, just inspirations for me.
Yeah.
For me, I made a tattoo when my mom passed away, so that's the most important one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but now let's get another topic. Let's see what we get. Da, 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 da.
Drum roll.
So
Where is Steffo?
we got series, and so do you like to watch series on TV?
Yeah, seriously.
Yes.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you get the
Streaming.
time.
Yeah. So if each of you is gonna say his favorite one, so what are your favorite series, or the one, or the genre that you enjoy most?
Mm. Well, should I start or?
Yeah, yes, you start. Hmm?
I like post-apocalyptic stuff. So when they decided to make Walking Dead from the series that I used to read, I was very, very excited. So Walking Dead, but also the new one, the fungus, The Last of Us from
Yeah.
the TV game.
Yeah.
So post-apocalyptic, they are my favorites. They have some other that quit that ended about after 2 seasons, but that's what I like. A little bit sci-fi, horror, post-apocalyptic. What about you, Klaus?
Well, I am the anime guy. I love Japanese anime. I watch it, but my favorite series is actually an American. You can call it a cartoon show. It's based around Twin Peaks, but in a cartoon form. It's called Gravity Falls. I even have the cap from that show on me.
I have never heard of that, so I will check it out.
Yeah, it's mainly for kids, but it has twists and turns like Twin Peaks. But I've seen it like 5 or 6 times. It has 2 seasons. That's my favorite. But anime is my favorite genre. And Johnny Boy.
I have to say The Office. I rewatched the first couple
Ooh.
of seasons with Michael on Dubai, and that's the best thing that ever happened. So The
Which
Office, hands
one?
down.
The
Uh,
American? Which one, Johnny? The American or the English?
Yeah, the American.
The American. That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't even know how much time I rewatched what's the first 7 seasons when they're in it. It's so good. It's so stupid, but it's so good.
like us. We are so stupid but so
Right.
good.
You know, I have this thing that I really enjoy. I don't know what's my favorite series, but I really enjoy silly things, very bad humor series. So it can be whatever. I sometimes I just start to watch, and uh, if it is too serious, I may get bored and not really into. But then it depends. It depends on how the storyline goes. Um, but I like to watch, for example, some English black humor series. they are they are good.
Like
Yeah,
Monty Python.
Favorite.
Yeah, you know there were at some point on Netflix there were two series. I think that was the same people, the same directors. One was Fresh Meat, and the other was in they In-Betweeners, that also they did a movie. It was dumb. But it was so good that I don't know. I was like, I need to watch that, and then now I have been watching What We Do in the Shadow. It's about
the vampire. Yeah.
yeah. I love that.
Mm.
It's fun. It's yeah. The storyline is not boring, never boring. So, but yeah, then some horror. Horror is always it's good, but it depends. No, it's not always good. Old horror stuff was good. There was in the 90s at some point, I think maybe in 97, 98, there was this, no, I can't remember the name, but there was Freddy Krueger in this diner, I think, and he was like presenting horror stories. And
Oh, was it Tales of the Crypt?
no,
No.
it was not that. There was. I need to check and tell you what was the name, because otherwise I'm not going to sleep. So, Freddy Krueger. No, wrong. Krueger series. Was this Freddy's Nightmares? Maybe.
Ah, okay.
Wait. No. Yeah. Yeah, and actually it was well, in the United States it was from 1880 to 1990, but I think that in Europe it came a bit later, or at least in Italy, because I think I was not 2 years old when I watched that. So I think it was 97. But
Oh
yeah.
man, I feel so old.
You are old man.
You are.
No, what?
How old you all are now? Now I'm curious.
Oh, it's
The
classified.
oldest. Come
Oh, I
on.
think, but I am the oldest. I'm 38.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Bullshit.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm getting close to 50. Believe it or not, this young boy. Yeah, so 49.
Yeah. Well, you are not old.
No, I'm young.
You are just 10 years older than me, and it's not much.
Yeah, 14 years young, I should say, not years old. Years young.
Yeah. So who's next?
Yeah. I can't take it. I'm 35.
Yeah.
And this baby here.
32. It's only 3 years
Oh.
Oh. And how old is Stefan? How is he same age as you, Johnny, or?
I think it's same age as you.
Oh,
No, I
all right.
think around 40, I
Yeah.
think.
Is he? Oh, he's that old.
We don't know how old he is.
Maybe he's in the between.
He's a mystery.
He's the
I'm
drummer.
gonna Google it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's the drummer.
It's a mystery. He's the drummer.
But let's go to the most important topic, that is
Food.
pizza.
No,
Yeah.
sorry.
Pizza is the most important. So,
Ah.
do you like pizza?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
I am built of pizza.
You are a
Swedish kebab pizza
living
is.
pizza.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite pizza?
Johnny said his favorite.
Oh, I
Yeah,
haven't.
the kebab
Oh,
pizza.
kebab pizza. Oh, that was
Yeah,
good one.
everything is
Mm.
better with kebab. Oh, that's the thing. It's the secret ingredients for everything.
For
Yeah.
happiness.
And
Well, my favorite, I always like you said, kebab, but my favorite I ever tasted, reindeer meat, especially heart
Hey,
from the reindeer, and yeah, reindeer, moose, uh, some egg, onions, but yeah, reindeer meat on a pizza. That is my favorite. A lot of spice, lot of.
a
It's a
lot of
wild
taste.
taste.
mm,
Exactly. And Eric, a spicy one?
yeah, well, my favorite pizza will make me hated in Italia. So
Yeah.
I don't think I will mention. So I will go to my second one.
You can say whatever you want. It's not.
No,
I'm not
I've
going to judge you. Maybe I'm judging you, but I'm not going to show it.
Silently.
yeah,
Inside,
I
I
always
judge everyone.
no, except because I have already had a bounce in my head, so I don't want to have two bounce in Italy because my favorite pizza is Hawaii. Banana, ham, and pineapple and
Well,
curry.
the banana was something new. The banana was something new in
Yeah.
the Hawaiian pizza, but
Then we have the big issue for Italians. It's the pineapple on the pizza. I like it, but I can't order it in Italy because then I will go away. I think the mafia will put some heavy boots on me and send me to the sea bottom.
yeah, it's risky. It's risky. But yeah, now I have to ask that because this is the question. So the world is
Mm.
divided in two. So pineapple on pizza and pineapple not on pizza. So we heard Eric's opinion about it, but what do you think? Are you team pineapple on pizza or team no pineapple on pizza?
Not for me.
Absolutely not.
You see, I'm unique. I'm unique. I'm very special. I'm very special.
Yeah, of course, you're a bassist.
Yeah, this is a bassist who likes pineapple on pizza. It can't be better. I'm a catch.
You know, uh, I'm not pineapple on pizza. It's for me it's like sweet and salt. They don't go together. It's but I have had guests that they were thinking about why it doesn't work. So they had their idea that it was not the problem is not the pineapple. The problem is that pineapple don't work well with the tomatoes.
This strange.
But someone
Strange.
told me that it's not the pineapple the problem, but it's how the pineapple is in the can, then it's a big no. But if it's fresh pineapple, then it works. And those people are Italians.
Oh, interesting. Hmm.
No.
But
No, no.
I must admit that some, of course, in Finland, the pineapple is going to be on the pizza. So if I'm at some friend's place and they offer me a piece of pizza with pineapple on, well, I did.
You
I took the pineapple off because I cannot do that.
okay?
Very good.
I thought
Very
you.
good.
I thought.
Yeah, good
Yeah, I
choice.
thought you were gonna kill them or
No,
something.
no, I'm not doing that. I'm if you like, whatever. It's not my pizza.
But I think,
I'm eating good pizza.
yeah, for me, pizza is a religion almost because I have some Italian on me too from back days. So I grew up with my grandmother's pizza. It was like the dough that is stretched out, and then she looked at in the refrigerator, what do we have today? And she
Nice
put in a
little.
pizza
Yeah.
because that part of my family comes from I think it is Bologna and Napoli,
Okay.
and Napoli is like the birthplace of pizza, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. It is.
Uh, so Napoli, well, not but in Italy they have this big pizza university that says this what kind of pizzas should have what ingredients, and that's a tricky stuff when you eat outside this culture, because if I go and ask for a capricciosa, then I will
Yes.
have ham, I will have shrooms, and I have cheese, of course, the tomato sauce. That's capricciosa, but you can order the same pizza in another country or another city, and it will be different. And that is wrong because
Yeah.
kebab on it stuff. That's the name, kebab pizza. But capricciosa or alfunghi, quattro stagioni, all the pizzas, they are specific with the ingredients. That I don't like when they don't follow the ingredients and call it capricciosa or quattro or something like that. That's very
Yeah.
wrong with the words today.
Yeah. There is a thing
I know.
about this. In Finland, there are a lot of pizzeria, but they are not Italian, of course not. And they sell the margherita. Also, they call it wrong, margarita when it's margherita, and they put the pesto on it.
What?
And
That's
yeah,
wrong.
and then what's wrong with you? Why someone wants to put pesto that just then you are not tasting anymore everything on the pizza because
No,
pesto
wait,
is
you can,
strong.
yeah, you can put pesto, but call it pesto pizza. But the
Yeah,
margarita is the simple. It's cheese, tomato sauce, and bread. Done.
yeah. So that's
Yeah,
something interesting. Also,
I'm
it's
with
interesting.
you, girl.
It's
Except
also
the
interesting
pineapple
about
though.
yeah. It's interesting how Finland and Sweden, for example, um, you can find a kebab pizza or a pizza with meat. In Italy, it's not a thing. You or chicken on the pizza. It's like something that Italians are like, what? But
Yeah, but actually, as my grandmother said, when she was young, they did pizza just to put leftovers on the bread. So pizza for her started in the 40s or something, or 30s, I don't remember. Started as putting what you have in the fridge from yesterday's food or something and reuse it on the pizza. So that's pizza for me, actually.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's one of the basic of Italian cuisine. So what you cook is well whatever you have in the fridge and in the cabin, not cabin. What's the well whatever you have at home. So you are going
Mm.
to cook, and it's always the best.
Yeah, it's the
But
love,
yeah, I
the
want to
secret
ask,
ingredients.
yeah, I want to ask you if Atomic Spitfire will be a pizza. What pizza would it be? What topping would it be on?
Kebab.
Oh,
Kebab.
I knew it. Kebab with kebab with some hidden pineapple.
Hidden pineapple. No, no.
Oh,
No,
no.
I think it will be some kind of mixed pizza. I think,
Yeah, I think so too.
but kebab sounds good because kebab pizza is a really good pizza too.
Yeah, we can agree on that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's
Very
fine?
happy to hear that.
The name Atomic Spitfire, you know, it gives me some spicy or a lot of spice.
Mm?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Or rancid or
Sorry, I
something.
didn't. I missed the question.
Oh, because the name, if the pizza will be Atomic Spitfire, um, I think that should be spicy, some chili, so something very
Hot sauce
strong.
for the kebab.
Yeah, kebab, spicy. But about Klasse, do you like spicy stuff? No?
No, my stomach can't handle it.
No.
It will turn on itself, and
Yeah.
I will cry.
And we cry when we sit on the throne.
Yeah, exactly, on my porcelain throne.
When you sit in position, you cry.
It will be if you will hit a Atomic Spitfire pizza with a lot of hot sauce on, then you will have an Atomic Spitfire from the other side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it will be a spit fire from the ass.
Yeah. Oh.
The,
Yeah.
the burning, the, the burning
Yeah.
anus.
Feel the burning
Oh.
sensation.
But
There is our
let's get.
next song.
That could be an
Yeah.
idea.
Good,
You know,
good, good
you see.
idea. Good idea.
Oh,
Feel
in my mind, there is this band in Finland called Putrik Defecation, and all their songs are about stool. Yeah. I
Genius.
suggest you to check them out because it may be fun to also read the lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's time for the question. So the previous guests, there were two, but one had the idea, said, reveal your worst, again, reveal your worst spinal tap or first show fail moment.
Johnny, you take it. It's yours.
What
He
was
You
the
take this
always.
question
one,
again?
boy.
I didn't get the first question.
So I tell you again, so it's reveal your worst spinal tap or first show fail moment.
Oh, yeah, show fail moments. Well,
Plenty of those.
the first gig, when we couldn't hear each other, the first gig we had, we all played like a second apart from everyone because I looked at Eric and the drummer looked at me. So everyone was like
And
counting on everyone else playing the right thing, and I just went into the wrong part of the song, and I messed it all up, and they all had to like watch me, like, "Where are you at? What are you doing?" But we got it eventually.
yeah,
Eventually.
then we find each other again and synchronized again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
remember, it's never your fault, Johnny. It's never your fault. It's the monitor's fault. Sound
Yeah,
technician.
exactly.
Exactly. And you
That
had
that
the
uh,
kind of
that
fun. Sorry.
that was a scary one when we played and no monitors worked. They have like 5 or 6 monitors. No one worked.
Oh yeah, in Stockholm. Yeah.
Yeah, not one work. And when we asked, "Can you fix it?" Because our job is play, and the sound technician's job is uh, do some magic on the controls and put the sound out. So we told him they are dead. There are no monitors because I think the cable was falling out all the time.
Mm.
And he said, "Okay, that's like that, and okay, and then don't fix it." But we played anyway, so that's scary when we can't feel we can't feel each other, like we don't hear each other live on stage. Well, that's a big question, I think, for every band.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. Didn't the drum cage like drop off the scene and your bass fall apart and stuff
Yeah,
after?
you strap.
Yeah.
On the same gig.
Yeah. I have denied a lot, but it was kind of cool because in the Stockholm gig, I think was 2 or 3 songs left, and then my strap broke, so I play without straps. Uh,
It
it
worked.
went. It worked. I was
Yeah.
standing on the drums, and then I was sitting on the stage. I think the last song I was sitting on the stage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
were.
was thinking
Yeah,
of that in the
yeah,
corner, just sitting down.
yeah. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. But it was fun. It was fun. It's metal. It's
Yeah,
rock and roll.
the crowd
The
loved
show
it.
must, yeah, the show must go on. That's the important
Exactly.
meaning.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's about you, Klaus?
Well, I'm the singer. I'm almost perfect. No, no, no. Well, the only Spinal Tap thing I have done is like losing my voice, or one gig, middle of the gig, I had to pee like crazy. So I screamed out, I had to go fucking pee, and ran out, and I missed the whole song.
Yeah.
So yeah, peeing, no, pee before going on stage is a good thing.
Pro tip.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah,
have
pro tip.
always to remind yourself to pee before.
Before stage time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you drink like a camel.
Yeah, yeah, I do. Like I
Yeah,
said, 3 or 4 liters water before I hit the stage.
and you
It's
drink
necessary.
like 3, 4. You drink like 3, 4 liters, like that.
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
is my ritual before, and then some beers after the water.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
plenty of fluid.
Yeah. Have you ever, in your whole career as musician, have you ever fell on the stage or hurt yourself?
Oh yeah.
No,
How?
I
How?
haven't.
When?
Yeah. One time the stage was quite low, so we have real great contact with the public. But there is a guy who was headbanging quite hard, and I was headbanging, and then we mashed our headbanging. So I got a big head hit in my over my eyebrow, and it hurts like hell. But just breathe, keep playing, and smile. And then my in the last song, my eye was like swollen, my eyebrow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was one. I think it was the hardest one.
Yeah.
Mm.
And for you, everything went always as it was supposed to. No falling, no hurting.
No, I
No.
haven't. No, no, I haven't hurt myself. No, not on stage at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I remember about a band while the singer was moving a lot, and then the guitar player was moving a lot, and the guitar player hit the head of the singer with the guitar, and the singer started to bleed from his head, but he just went on with the show. Yeah.
True
That's
rock
part
star.
of the metal show. So yeah.
Mm.
Part of experience.
Yeah, some hardcore experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we are at the end of this episode, so thank you so much for being my guest. It was so fun. Would you like to
Thank
say
you.
something to people that are watching or listening this?
Find
If
us
you
on
like to play,
Spotify and
Oh,
sorry,
hmm,
what was there to
say
say, Johnny?
what did it say? No, I just
No,
made a commercial here. You can find us on Spotify.
yeah,
What did you say, Eric?
YouTube.
and YouTube and the social medias, and we have this merchandise place that you can order like cool caps
T-shirts,
or
long sleeve.
t-shirts. And if you're really, really hardcore, then you can get a real nice batch.
So go and buy merchandise, listen to their songs, and if you
Yeah,
have opportunity, go to see them live. It's a
yeah.
good
And
Let's
time.
get
hopefully,
some
And support the
get
scene.
yeah, support the scene,
yeah,
support the
support the
bands.
scene.
That's the most important. Let's
Yeah.
get Atomic Spitfired.
Yeah, there we go. Rock on.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Grazie.
much. This was awesome.